Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So Fest, that keyword coming up in just about 10 minutes. Last chance at the Hinterland Music Festival. And we have a new one next week. So Fest will continue right around this time for great trips all over the country for great festivals. And also Case's movie review of Backdraft on its 35th anniversary. Great Chicago fireman movie. But first, we got a text from Kenzie yesterday after the show. She left, and just not long after that, she told us that her registration ran out on her car, and she had to go get to the DMV to get the registration her car re-signed up her Jeep. So we get a text saying, from Kenzie to me and Case, you need to make a small spot for me tomorrow on the show to talk about what happened at the DMV. Oh, my God, I'm so embarrassed. A cop laughed at me out loud.
Yes.
So why don't you take it right from there, Kenzie?
Yeah. So
take it away, girl.
basically, we're refinancing my car, and the other day, my husband was asking for my registration papers because you need proof of registration. I'm like, anything you give me for the car, I leave in the car. So I would check the glove box. He gets super mad at me because all I have is an expired registration card. And he's like, why wouldn't you put the new one in your car? This is expired. I'm like, I'm telling you, if you gave it to me, I would have put it in my car. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And then he checks my stickers, and my stickers are 7/24.
Yikes.
So, and that's his job. Okay?
Yep.
He does registration. I'm like, dinner's on the table and the house is clean. You register cars, okay? This is on you. So that falls under his category in our household. So he felt bad for getting mad at me since the paper didn't exist for me to have in my car. So unfortunately, when it expires to that level, you have to go to the DMV in person. You can't renew online. And you have to literally buy new license plates. They won't let you just register your car, okay? So he's like, I'm so sorry, and I can't go for you. They'll only let the owner do it. So I have to bring a screwdriver for my license plates, a checkbook, my old registration card, plus my name changed since then. So I had proof of my name change. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go, it's fine. You know, we can take care of this. And I get up there, and the girl's typing everything in, and she's like, and you know how there's like officers that stand around DMV buildings, just like security. So like there's an officer really close to like where I'm talking to like the clerk at the counter, if you will. And he's like kind of next to it, just standing there being on security. And she's like, oh, you need an emissions test. And she goes, I cannot renew your car until you have an emissions test.
Yeah, the dreaded emission tests.
Well, I've never heard of that in my life. I've never done one.
Oh, my God.
I've never done one. I've owned multiple cars. No one's ever asked me to do one. I would have done it. I mean, they've been registering up my car for years. I mean, I've never had one. However, not only have I never had one, I had never heard of one. So I thought she said an omissions test. And I go, sure, ask me anything. And the cop laughed out loud. And I turned to look at him, and I look at her. She's like, it's emissions? So like, what? She goes, we're testing like if your engine, like, you know, puts out good stuff. I'm like, oh. And I go, I've never done that. She goes, how have you never done one? I go, you guys have never asked me to do one. I'm telling you right now, because obviously you've been registering this car for, 7 years. No one's ever asked me to do that. And so I'm like, do that here? Let's pop the hood. She's like, no, you have to drive somewhere else. I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I had to drive. So I went to the DMV with all that stuff, waited in DMV line, got laughed at by a cop because I thought he said omissions. And I'm like, sure. Like,
What do you want to know?
yeah, shoot. I'm an open book. Okay. Then I drive to get an emissions test.
Which is, by the way,
different than an omissions test.
very hard to do in Illinois anymore because they've closed almost all the emission centers, by the way.
Well, how is that possible if you're going to force like the...
No, I'm telling you, there's you can tell me how it went out, but I know there's not one near me at all in the area.
What pissed me off is I actually drove a decent way to the DMV, but guess where the emissions test is? About 2 minutes from my house. So I passed it on the way.
Oh,
so
no.
She gave me the address, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just drive back to my house. I passed this on the way here. That would have been awesome information to get on the phone when I called about this. Like, I know that son of a bitch on the phone saw that I needed an emissions test. He could have thrown that out there, so I didn't have to publicly humiliate myself. So, emissions test, back to DMV. You don't get to skip the line. It's not like Disney. If you already waited, they let you go to the front. It's not like that. There's no child swap. So I'm back in the regular line. I already did this once. I was so stressed out. It was a stressful day, and I really humiliated myself.
Well,
with an omissions test.
I'm going to, vouch for Kenzie here. Is you need an emission test every 2 years in Illinois. Now, your car was 2 years out of registration, so you don't, and then your husband did it before that, so you have no idea, and you didn't
He's
live here.
never, because, so he said that he hasn't done an emissions test since he's been like in his 20s.
Well, that can't be right.
I'm telling you.
Because
I don't understand. Like, and on top of it, not only have I not done with this car, because people said you only need one like every 5 years, which isn't true, because when I left, they said it was only good for a year. So I'm like, okay, which is fine, because apparently it's next to my house. I live next to it. So that's fine. But I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, because why didn't I need one when I bought the car or a few years after that?
You don't have to do it right away when you get a new car in Illinois. You got like 4 years, I believe, or maybe it's even 6, depending on the car.
But I've owned like 3 cars before this and never done it.
I don't know how you got by with that.
No one's ever asked me to. I wasn't like sneaky. Like no one told me.
Are you sure you're not wanted? Did I see your
It's
picture in the
crazy.
post
like,
office?
They're out here, they're passing out registration. I'm omitting tons of stuff. They don't know.
You're
They
also
have no idea what
you're
I'm
also
omitting.
omitting a lot of stuff, apparently.
What do you want to know?
God, if I was her, I would have said, when did you lose your virginity?
Look, Q&A with Kenzie K.
Yeah, let's go in this.
I'm like, shoot, what do we got?
Let's get into this.
I need new license plates, so whatever.
So you have new plates, you have registration, you're all good now?
Yeah, well, then I leave,
no.
and I call my husband, and I'm like, I got it. I got the plates. I got those stickers. I got an emissions test. I'm cleared. He goes, did you get registration? I go, what do you mean? And he's like,
That's why you went.
I go, isn't that what this is? Isn't this registration? He goes, I need a card. And I go, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm sweating. I'm going through all the papers. Like, I can't go. I will kill myself before I go back in this building. And I go, yeah, but it was on the sticker page. Like the same page of the stickers has a registration card, but he made it sound like it's a separate thing. I go, isn't this registration? Isn't this what registering your car is? Oh my God. I was so stressed. I'm like, I'm going to throw up if I have to go back in there.
I can see cops outside the studio right now in the window. They're like knocking on the door like, hey, get to break here quick so we can arrest Kenzie, please. That'd be amazing. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Glad the car's legal and you're all good, Kenzie. It sounds like it anyway. Maybe you don't know, but it sounds like it's okay.
I think I'm allowed to be on the road now.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. The current Q101 word for this hour, Fest is power, Power. Text that to 312-967-8300. If you haven't done it already, you got 20 minutes left. So if you haven't done it yet, do it before 9 o'clock. Power, Power, to 312-967-8300. That gets you to the Hinterland Music Festival, or a chance at it, featuring Mumford & Sons, Lord, Wet Leg, Geese, and more. And you're qualified, your qualifying prize, Riot Fest tickets. So do that before 9, and coming up in music entertainment news, we'll tell you what the next festival will be next week. But first, let's talk about what's happening tomorrow. It is tomorrow, the next Q101 pop-up with Story of the Year.
Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you.
That'll be tomorrow night, Saturday, May 16th at the Cubby Bear, free. Now, your free first-come, first-served tickets at Q101.com. 21 and over show, sponsored by our great friends, the Cubby Bear, Metro by T-Mobile, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Teas and Lemonades, and School of Rock. So go over there tomorrow night. Have we ever had a pop-up on a Saturday?
I think we've had a few. I think maybe the first one we did at the Cubby Bear was Giovanni and the Hired Guns, and I think that was on a Saturday. But we're talking about 4 years ago at this point.
What a pop-up that was.
I know.
I mean, Giovanni.
Saturday night.
I think Giovanni spent whatever he was paid to do it on Jaeger bombs for me.
I don't believe he profited off that event.
No, he lost money on that one.
He lost money. He was in the hole.
Yeah. Now, listen, he went through some rehab, and I hope he came out very well. I've seen some pictures of him. He's got kind of jacked.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he looks good. And we're always wishing him well, because what a fun show that was. So tomorrow night, Story of the Year. It's free. And get out there early, because the line builds. You know, Cubby Bear holds about 500 people. And we've had some where thousands of people showed up. So for sure, get out there for Story of the Year, the Q101 free pop-up tomorrow night. Now, next week, we just talked about Fest. And every day we gave you a chance at 8 o'clock. And it'll be this hour next week, too. So we start at 8, we give you the word, but we'll give it to you throughout the 8 o'clock hour. It was the Hinterland Festival starting Monday. How about this? This is the one I'm trying to get Case to go to, get a flight and go. The Darker Waves Festival. Now, we're not giving you the trip case, sadly.
No, famously, we're not giving me the trip. I feel like Kenzie now.
Yeah, famously, you don't get this.
The thing I want, we're not giving.
Your boy Morrissey, you got the Smashing Pumpkins, you've got Bad Religion, you've got Silver Sun Pickups. What a lineup. Space Hog is on this bill, and it's on the beach in Cali.
With a Panda Express nearby.
We've looked it up. It's there. It is Saturday, November 14th, Huntington Beach, California. So starting at 8 on Monday, that's your shot. And all next week, it'll be your shot for that festival. The Darker Ways Festival is part of Fest. And you'll qualify still with Riot Fest tickets as well. So be here Monday at 8.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Texting your takeaway right now, 312-967-8300 from today's show. And since it's Friday, it can be a takeaway from any day this week, something that was memorable to you all week. 312-967-8300. Texting your takeaway right now as we get to the weekend Q101. Stuff going on in and around Chicagoland. And Case always starts off with the live music.
That's right. So obviously we have the Story of the Year pop-up at the Cubby Bear tomorrow, which I'll circle back to in just a second. I do have to note that as of last night, the Chicago band Twin Peaks are back. When I moved to Chicago 9 years ago, 2017, they were sort of the it band in Chicago in the way that maybe Bridget Calls Me Baby is now. This city always seems to take a shine to certain bands. Twin Peaks went away for a little bit. They are now back for, last night was the first of 8 consecutive sold-out shows at Thalia Hall.
Wow.
They were planning on doing 2. They did 2. Those sold out. They said, let's do a third. That one sold out. They said, let's do a fourth. That one sold out. 8 sold-out shows at Thalia Hall. Those started last night. They will run all the way through next week. So all of those shows are sold out, but I do just want to mention that they are back playing this weekend. It is great to have Twin Peaks back in the fold. Because those shows are sold out, you can't go to that, but you can go to the Cubby Bear tomorrow for the Q101 pop-up with Story of the Year. We can't wait. It is going to be packed. Get your downloadable free ticket now at Q101.com, and we will see you there tomorrow night at the Cubby Bear.
Couple points about the 8 sold-out shows at Thalia Hall. To go back to that for a second, then I'll go to Story of the Year in a minute. Uncle Bub's Barbecue, our friends, are only about a block from Thalia Hall. So if you're going to any one of those 8 shows, stop and get some of the best barbecue in the city in Pilsen.
Is it Uncle Bub's or Honky Tonk?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Honky Tonk Barbecue. Thank you. Uncle Bub's, also outstanding barbecue in Westmont.
Far away.
Not near Pilsen.
Yes, Honky Tonk, the Tonk is what you're looking for.
That's right, the Tonk. So I'm sorry. But both great barbecue places, as Uncle Bub's helped out with the wedding, and they're phenomenal. So if you're out in the Westmont area, you go there. If you're in Pilsen at one of those 8 shows, go to the Tonk. Because, the best thing about barbecue is trying different places is the most fun.
Oh, is that the best part of barbecue?
Yeah, because no barbecue place is the same. Not
is
one
true.
of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Some restaurants, I'm not, listen, some things have similar food and it's fine. It's all good. But barbecue is all different from all our great places in Chicago. And you wouldn't think that we have so many different varies of barbecue. And we do. Chicago's one of the best barbecue cities in the country. So try both. Whether you're in Pilsen or Westmont.
The Tonk is in Pilsen. You're going to want to try that one if you're going to the Twin Peaks shows.
Also, those Twin Peaks shows you mentioned 9 years ago when you moved to Chicago. That was right after high school, right? That was
literally right after high school.
Just a minute ago, you were just in high school.
Well, in a way, I was still just in high school.
Yeah.
I'm sort of the people here, the most recent one to be in high school.
Yeah, you were just in high school 9 years ago.
Just in high school, yes.
Yep.
Less than a decade.
Yep.
A decade is the true marking of time.
All right, anything else on the music you want to mention?
No.
Yellow Card at Salt Shed outside tomorrow.
Yeah, but go to Story of the Year instead.
Yeah, go
It's the same. It's the same fan base. Come to Story of the Year.
Come to Story of the Year. And by the way, speaking of our free pop-up with Story of the Year, Lauren will be out today, 4 to 6. She's coming here in a minute, but 4 to 6 p.m. today. She'll probably mention it at Metro by T-Mobile at 6248 Northwestern Avenue. So guaranteed entry passes, which is key because you never know how packed these things get. The Cubby Bear is only so big, and the line gets big, especially Story of the Year. A band like that they bring it live. They are so fun, that band live.
And speaking of the women of Q101, Lauren out there today, Kenzie on Fox 32 at 11:30 today. So I know we'll be checking that out.
11:30 on Fox. Kenzie will be there. She just left a second ago to go head over there, so that's where she'll be. I want to mention one more thing for Weekend Q101. I've mentioned it all morning. Obviously, with the Cubs going down to the South Side. Cubs, Sox, Crosstown Classic. Going to be a beautiful night. Both teams peaking at this moment. It's one of the more exciting Crosstown Classics in years And you can still get a ticket. I was going through the thing here a little bit. A lot of tickets sold. A general admission ticket is going for like $113. Again, pretty pricey for the South Side, but that's because it's the Cubs and the Sox. You could spend as much as $424 if you want that premium seating behind home plate. But I'm looking like left field in that area right now. Oh, no, none available there. Whoa. There's you know what? You do the map, there's no blue dot fever going on with Cubs Sox.
No.
There's only a few blue dots in here when you go through this whole thing. Right in front of the kids zone, there's some seats that are going for about $115. And that's for tonight's game I'm talking about. But it is going to be beautiful, like 71 by the first pitch for that game tonight.
It's the first time since 2008 in a non-COVID year that both teams are playing each other and they are over 500. That's incredible.
It is.
Looking forward to it. A bonus weekend Q101. We have to shout out Michelle on the text line because she just texted us in and said that she's graduating from Purdue tomorrow.
Whoa. Let's go.
Look at the brains on Michelle.
Does she say what her degree's in?
No, but it doesn't matter because I went to Columbia College Chicago and I had a 3.9 there, and I used to be very proud of that. And my dad would say, yeah, but a 3.9 at Columbia is like a 2.5 at Purdue. So I know that she's much smarter than I am.
Thanks, Pop. Thanks, Dad.
At least I made something of myself.
Damn it. All right, we'll finish up with your takeaways after Coldplay. It is Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Reminder, tomorrow we have the throwbacks 8 to 10 a.m., so the funniest moments of the week, they'll all be there for you. And Monday at 8 o'clock. Monday at 8 o'clock. Fest continues, the Darker Waves Festival with Morrissey, Smashing Pumpkins, Silver Sun Pickups, Bad Religion's on that bill, so many more. So 8 a.m., a new festival, a new week. You still qualify with Riot Fest tickets. Now, Lauren will have more chances at the current one, the Hinterland Festival, today coming up at 11 o'clock, an hour and a half. Get another keyword, 11, 2, and 5 today. You have your chances at it. But a reminder, it changes. So Monday morning at 8, we'll have that with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Now your takeaways from today's show. Case, what do you got?
Takeaway from Maddie and Lombard to quote Kenzie at the DMV yesterday. Sure, I'll take an omissions test. Ask me anything.
God, that woman should have played that out.
Oh, my goodness.
Imagine the questions.
I've got a few questions for her.
Also, we have a takeaway. Wordle. Son of a bitch.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
I imagine some of that's on the podcast going forward for maybe the weekend, the throwbacks case, but what's on today's podcast?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, Brian reads his DMs to the Albanese Candy Factory live on the air. He will be making a pit stop there this afternoon.
Yes.
Do you know around what time?
I'm looking at around the 2 to 3 o'clock time, depending on traffic leaving Chicago. I'm making a little journey over to Indiana today, so I cannot wait to go to the Albanese Gummy Factory. It's something, quite frankly, my whole life has led to this moment.
Can you do me a favor? I don't need you to live stream from the factory. I'd actually prefer you not do that.
No, I need to do that.
I'd really prefer you not do that.
Unfiltered, unedited.
Uncensored, not PC. Can you do a haul video when you leave there in your car and show everybody what you got from Albanese?
I can do that. But then do I have to do what is it, a mukbang? What do they
You
call
don't
it?
need to do a mukbang. I would, again, prefer you not do that.
That would be eating all of it on camera.
And then throwing up in your case.
Well, they have chocolate. They have gummies. I'm not sure what I'm going to end up with
I
out of
always
there.
I always go for the chocolate-covered pretzels, but you can make a bad decision there.
Oh, my goodness.
So, again, do the whole video today from the car. I want to see what you got.
Yeah, I need the goof ups because they're like half price for like a 5-pound
Those
bag.
are the disformed, disabled bears.
Yeah, the disabled
Yeah,
disabled
they're
gummies.
a little wheelchair.
That's right.
So that is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today. We also ruined Kenzie's Christmas by telling her about the Bears' upcoming schedule and the fact that they're playing on Christmas Day. Her reaction to that is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. Kenzie told a story about getting laughed at by a cop yesterday at the DMV. Not a good look from her.
No.
And on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, it is Friday, so my review of the movie Backdraft for its 35th anniversary lives there as well. And let me just say, Brian mentioned the throwback Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m., a doozy this week. If you are running errands tomorrow, make sure you have Q101 on in your car. That is a very, very fun 2 hours of Brian and Kenzie.
And I will say, the Backdraft review today got more interaction, and they all get tons of interaction, but I was happy because I felt like it was an older movie, and I felt like it wasn't getting the Chicago respect in the Chicago movie lore. It certainly does with our audience. I'm really glad what I heard from the Backdraft people. Everybody, a lot of people were in that movie.
Yeah, it turns out half of our listeners were in Backdraft.
I mean, it's 35 years old. So many people tell me I met Ron Howard. He was hanging around. Like, I mean, I wish I was around here 35 years ago for that because it sounds like it was a party around Chicago when they filmed Backdraft.
Oh, my goodness.
So that is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.